you missed it, be sure to check it out. We did some murder mysteries, some love stories, and a young adult book. And for today's video, we are doing some adventure books, a history story, and some historical fiction. So first off, the super cool copy of Call of the Wild and White Fang by Jack London. Look how pretty the cover is, you guys. Love this, like, painting looking picture of the wolf on the front. Call of the Wild and White Fang. So I read both of these when I was in school, but it's been a very, very long time. If you can hear a little soft snoring in the background, I have a little beastie down here at my feet. So, apologies if she starts snoring again. Okay, so Jack London, born in 1876, compiled over 50 books of novels, stories, journalism, and essays before his death at the age of 40. His writings explore and define the geography and culture of the South Pacific, California, and the Yukon. The Call of the Wild and White Fang were written in 1903 and 1906, respectively. These stories are reflections of hostile environments and struggles for survival that he encountered in the Klondike during the Canadian Gold Rush of 1897 through 1898. Such a cool copy of this book. Okay, so then we have Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. Love this cover. It's like a really cool oil painting out in the sea with a rock formation. Ursula and Amadeus. The most fabulous names. Like what? Okay. Jules Verne's perennially popular Journey to the Center of the Earth begins when irascible but dedicated mineralogy professor Otto Lindenbrock finds a centuries-old parchment inside an even older book. His nephew Axel decodes it and discovers instructions on how to get to the center of the Earth, go down into the crater of Snaffle's Jokul, an extinct Icelandic volcano. As they descend, the explorers also travel backward to the past, through layers of human history and geologic time, encountering prehistoric plants and animals, and ultimately coming to understand the origins of humanity itself. Though brimming with exciting exploits, this journey is also metaphorical, a spiritual and psychological trip to the center of the human soul. While many of Verne's scientific speculations have been proven, it is this author's remarkable ability to fashion a rousing tale of compelling characters, extraordinary adventures, and provocative ideas that ensures he will be read for years to come. So, the first time I ever heard about the author, Jules Verne, was in the movie Back to the Future. I think it was the third one where they go back to like the Wild West, and the woman that Doc falls in love with likes to read Jules Verne. So then this is a true story. This is called 12 Strong. The Declassified True Story of the Horse Soldiers by Doug Stanton. The amazing book that inspired the movie. I didn't know there was a movie. This must be like from the movie, this picture, because this looks like some famous guy. I don't remember his name, but I've definitely seen him in movies before. Okay, so "12 Strong," previously published as Horse Soldiers, is the dramatic account of a small band of Special Forces soldiers who secretly entered Afghanistan following 9/11 and rode to war on horses against the Taliban. The soldiers combined ancient strategies of cavalry warfare with 21st century bombing technology to perform a seemingly impossible feat. Outnumbered 40 to 1, they pursued the enemy across the mountainous Afghanistan terrain and captured the city of Mazar-e-Sharif, which was strategically essential to defeat their opponent throughout the country. The bone-weary American soldiers were welcomed as liberators, and the streets thronged with Afghans overjoyed that the Taliban regime had been overthrown. Then the action took a wholly unexpected turn. During a surrender of 600 Taliban troops, the horse soldiers were ambushed by the would-be POWs. Dangerously overpowered, they fought for their lives in the city's immense fortress, Kuala-e-Shangi, or the House of War. At risk were the military gains of the entire campaign. If the soldiers perished or were captured, the courageous efforts to outmaneuver the Taliban was likely doomed. Deeply researched and beautifully written, Stanton's account of the Americans' quest to liberate an opposed people touches the mythic. So my dad read this, and he told me it was super good, and he wanted me to read it. So I guess I'll have to watch the movie after I read the book. So the next one is called The Oracle, Ancient Delphi and the Science Behind Its Lost Secrets by William J. Broad. Very cool looking cover. The Oracle, Ancient Delphi and the Science Behind Its Lost Secrets. A gripping modern-day detective story about the scientific quest for the answer to a riddle of ancient Greece. For thousands of years, historians have been intrigued by the story of the Oracle of Delphi. Human mistress of the god Apollo, the Oracle had the power to enter into ecstatic communication with him and deliver his prophecies to men, becoming one of the most influential voices in the ancient world. What was the true nature of the Oracle, and what was the source of her visions? In this exciting work of historical and scientific journalism, Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter William J. Broad follows a team of multidisciplinary researchers as they excavate the truth behind the oracle's secret. The result is a fascinating book that opens a new chapter in the dialogue between science and spirituality. So now we're into the historical fiction. And this is called The Personal Librarian by Marie Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray. So it is a New York Times bestseller. Okay, a remarkable novel about J.P. Morgan's personal librarian, Belle DaCosta Green, the Black American woman who was forced to hide her true identity and pass as white in order to leave a lasting legacy that enriched our nation. In her 20s, Belle DaCosta Green is hired by J.P. Morgan to curate a collection of rare manuscripts, books, and artwork for his newly built Pierpont Morgan Library. Belle becomes a fixture in New York City society and one of the most powerful people in the art and book world, known for her impeccable taste and shrewd negotiating for critical works as she helps create a world-class collection. But Belle has a secret, one she must protect at all costs. She was born not Belle DaCosta Green, but Belle Marion Greener. She is the daughter of Richard Greener, the first Black graduate of Harvard and a well-known advocate for equality. Belle's complexion isn't dark because of her alleged Portuguese heritage that lets her pass as white. Her complexion is dark because she is Black. The personal librarian tells the story of an extraordinary woman, famous for her intellect, style, and wit, and shares the lengths she must go to for the protection of her family and her legacy. To preserve her carefully crafted white identity in the racist world in which she lives. So, both brilliant historical fiction and an important and timely commentary on racism, a must read. Okay, so the next one is called Promise Me This by Kathy Golke. This is like a historical fiction about the Titanic. Promise me this. Okay, so Annie Allen never imagined the day she watched her brother Owen sail on Titanic would be the last time she'd see him, nor could she guess how the tragedy would forever knit her life to Michael Dunnigan, who survived through Owen's sacrifice. As Annie struggles to navigate a challenging life in England, Michael labors in New Jersey to create the gardening business Owen once dreamed of, and to heal Annie's grief through letters. In time, as Annie begins to lay aside her anger that Michael lived while her brother did not, tentative friendship takes root and blossoms into something neither expected. Bound by a promise, yet battling circumstances beyond their control, Michael and Annie dream of the day she can join him in America. Just when Michael saves enough money for her passage, World War I erupts in Europe. Then Annie's letters mysteriously stop, forcing Michael to risk everything to find the woman he's grown to love before she's lost forever. So we have The Girl from the Tea Garden by Janet McLeod Trotter. Look at this cover, isn't this pretty? I love these like paisley designs, and her dress and hair, so pretty. The Girl from the Tea Garden. She's half the world away, but her heart remains in India. In the dying days of the Raj, Anglo-Indian schoolgirl Adela Robson dreams of a glamorous career on the stage. When she sneaks away from school in the back of handsome Sam Jackman's car, she knows a new life awaits, but it is not the one she imagined. In Simla, the summer seat of the Raj government, Adela throws herself into all the dazzling entertainments 1930s Indian society can offer a beautiful debutante. But just as her ambitions seem on the cusp of becoming reality, she meets a charming but spoiled prince, setting in motion a devastating chain of events. The outbreak of the Second World War finds Adela back in England, a country she cannot remember, without hope or love, and hiding a shameful secret. Only exceptional courage and endurance can pull her through these dark times and carry her back to the homeland of her heart. Such a pretty cover. Love that one. Okay, and then we have these two are like Pride and Prejudice spin-offs. So we have this, The Perfect Bride from Mr. Darcy by Mary Lendon Simonson. Mr. Darcy obviously needs the help of a good matchmaker or two. If the two of them weren't so stubborn, it's obvious to Georgiana Darcy that the lovely Elizabeth Bennet is her brother's perfect match, but Darcy's pig-headedness and Elizabeth's wounded pride are going to keep them both from the loves of their lives. Georgiana can't let that happen, so she readily agrees to help her accommodating cousin, Anne de Bourgh, do everything within their power to assure her beloved brother's happiness. But the path of matchmaking never runs smoothly. I love Pride and Prejudice, so I'm excited to read this one. I would love to know, like, about Lizzie and Mr. Darcy's life, like, after they get married, you know, which I think is this one. I think that's where this one's going. Love this. So pretty. The Trouble with Mr. Darcy. Pride and Prejudice Prejudice continues by Sharon Lathan. Keep friends close, enemies closer. Okay. Is it even possible to have a perfect romance, sensual, happy, and steeped in all the luxuries of the lavish Regency period? Darcy and Elizabeth must still face the many challenges that every married couple confronts after the honeymoon is over. Just as the most intense issues of their marriage begin to arise, George Wickham returns to Hertfordshire, bent on creating trouble. Knowing Darcy as long as he has, Wickham knows just how to strike at his vulnerabilities. But Wickham is only a pawn for someone even more unscrupulous than he is, and much more powerful. When everything Darcy cherishes most is thrown into deadly danger, and knowing that Wickham has nothing left to lose, Darcy must confront his enemy and his own demons at the same time. So yeah, we'll have to see. Love the cover though, this is really pretty. Alright guys, well that was our whole stack. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video, this two-part video. If you did like this video, don't forget to leave a like. And please do subscribe to the channel. I would love to see you back in my next video.